Hi, I'm Dr. Lyle. Welcome to day 9 of my 21-day liberation challenge. Yesterday was lesson number 8 and it was entitled Brother. And man, it brought up a lot of stuff for me yesterday. Had all kind of sadness and heartbreak and just a lot of weird, uncomfortable feelings going on. And I practiced a lot of these lessons, which were helpful. And then I ended up doing some vigorous exercise because I really felt like I needed to move this energy. And I know this is a liberation challenge, and really I want to liberate all my strengths and gifts and talents, but in order to get there, I know I gotta uncover some of these uncomfortable feelings. And so I'm glad I have each lesson and each day to kind of keep moving forward, because it has been challenging going through a lot of these things. And I've been so grateful for the lessons that Scooby has brought into my life. And that brings us to today's lesson, which is suicide. And I've thought about committing suicide many times over my life. And one of the biggest reasons I never did that, because I had a dog, Scooby, and I feel like I would never want to leave him. And I thought I had an interesting insight that, I would never want to abandon my dog, but I was okay abandoning myself in some way. And so I really see what a blessing Scooby was for me. And I know so many people consider the suicide or actually go through with it. And it's such an awful thing that we even get to that point in our lives. And one of the reasons I started putting these lessons together, because I know the relationship with ourself is really key to true healthcare. And you can have all the money and you can have a family and kids, and people still end up committing suicide. And so the relationship with yourself is really key. And I noticed over the years, as I've been kind of thinking about why I would even do that, and I don't know that I have a one good reason that I could explain. But one of the things I noticed when I was younger is one of my defense mechanisms was when I felt threatened, was to clam up, to not share myself, to be silent, and feel like, well, I'm not going to share my gifts with you. You're not going to get the pleasure of me. And I really noticed that I ended up projecting that same kind of relationship onto God as I got older. When things didn't go well in my life and I took it personal, I felt like the only way to get back at God was to commit suicide and not share my gifts and not help people. And I know that was a very immature way of looking at things. And I ended up noticing that in my attempt to punish my family or God by not sharing myself, I was really punishing myself in the long run. And so through these practices, it's really helped me heal my relationship with myself and with life. And so I'm going to read today's intention. It's one of a longer one, and if it fits you, may it be true for you. It says, "May I embrace and welcome all harsh lessons, betrayals, and abuses as a dedication to the benefit of all. And in this way, totally and completely honor myself. May I live life to the fullest in honor of all who have suffered, including myself, my family of origin, and my entire family line, my soul family, and throughout the entire tree of life. May I remember these intentions during my daily life, so when undesirable experiences arise, I remember my dedication, helping me to be empowered in every situation. May this secure in my mind how much I mean to life. May it fill me with dignity and strengthen my willingness and capacity to love. May the healing of my desire to commit suicide and the meaning discovered herein be a healing for all. May my vibration be a healing matrix available in the matrix of all to be accessed and downloaded, so anyone considering such an act as suicide has another blueprint on how to find meaning, purpose, and connection with our inner spirit that soothes all. I dedicate this moment to breathe, open-eyed and present. as the inexhaustible liberation I am. Allowing these intentions to take hold in the group soul of humanity and the matrix of life. I am grateful for being the space in which these vibrations are experienced and liberated for the benefit of all, and may it be graciously. And then the daydream, or the receiving mode, we're always busy doing. So when you have a minute to yourself at a traffic light, or when you're in the bathroom, or maybe when you're, in a meeting at work, you can take a deep breath and just imagine being totally committed to yourself, where you're full of gifts and talents and strengths are all shining and being shared. And we're able to enlighten and empower this world and everyone in it. Feel what it's like to be in the flow of life, navigating its ebbs and flows with ease, aware and clear. Feel how proud you are of yourself for embracing the true you. So that's going to be my daydream exercise as I go about today. And my lesson of the day says, when I live life to the fullest, life feeds me love fuel. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.